So I just got back from Catalina Island with a bunch of my closest friends. It was my first time there. We stayed in Avalon for 3 days. These are 7 things that first timers to Catalina Island should know before they get there. So the main way to get to Catalina Island is obviously a shuttle. It is an island. Most people don't helicopter in. There's a service, there's probably a few services that run shuttles back and forth. The one we took, Catalina Express, $35 each way. It's about an hour ride and it departs from 3 different areas on mainland California. It's also good to know that the shuttle doesn't run 24 hours a day, so you need to book ahead of time. From what I could tell, they generally run about 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Right now, you have to wear a mask on the boat. I was inside, it got super hot and stuffy in there, and I decided to go outside. So I spent the entire trip there on the outside deck. Totally recommend doing this. Get fresh breeze, get some nice views, maybe even see a dolphin, and just enjoy the ride out. Right when we landed, we found out that golf carts are the main mode of transportation. It's super weird. It's not jarring, it's just kind of odd. It's like you don't see cars, you see golf carts, and it's kind of utopian. It feels like you're in Disneyland. You definitely don't need a golf cart to get around. You can rent them for $50 an hour, which is ridiculous, but this town is pretty small. It's pretty dense. There's about 3,000 year-round residents, so I mean, what do you expect? It's quite walkable.
The main supermarket in Avalon is a Vons.
Super packed all the time, but the prices are actually quite reasonable. They don't gouge them super hard. That's the place to go, especially if you want to stock up for food for the weekend. Totally recommend it. That's what we did. Also, there's a thing about the Catalina tiles. You'll see these tiles absolutely everywhere on the island. Not quite sure what the origin story of it is, but lots of storefronts and just accent walls are tiles. They're really cool designs. The wildlife in Catalina is super weird. Number 1, you've got rattlesnakes on the island. So you have a poisonous snake species. You've got deer just roaming throughout the town. Looks like a super healthy population. Then you've got a Catalina Island fox, which they're super cute little foxes. They're really, really small. We only got to see one when we had kind of ventured up in the hills. And then the weird one, buffalo. American bison, like not roaming in the hills of Wyoming, but on Catalina Island. And apparently they were like left over from a movie. So they brought in buffalo to shoot the movie and then ended up not needing the buffalo scene and just left the buffalo there. Started mating. Now you've got a whole population of buffalo on Catalina Island. I'm an extreme cheapskate. I don't go out that much, but the food prices in Catalina were pretty expensive for going out. It was shocking. So what my friend group did was, as soon as we got there, went to Vons and just kind of meal planned the whole weekend. I think we spent $150 on food. That was for 7 people, and it pretty much lasted us like two days like of good meals. We did eat out, and to be honest, the food wasn't that impressive. I'm sure there's locals out there that can tell you the best spots to go, but in my opinion, when you have a super touristy place, you don't have to maintain a high quality or high level of food, because you know, no matter what, they'll pay for the nice location, for the nice view. There's an appeal to it, but the food doesn't have to be right for people to walk through the door. So I didn't find any places that I absolutely loved, and it was pretty expensive. The city. So it looks like there's like only a few roads that actually exit Avalon, and it sounds like you have to have some sort of pass, like a local pass, to get into the interior. You can't take a ferry from Avalon to 2 Harbors. We didn't do that. Our friend had a pass, so we did go into the interior, and we saw a bunch of people on like eco tours and people that had hired out taxis to take them to another beach or just in there. So you can contract it out, but just as a normal tourist, you won't be able to. In Avalon itself, the place that we liked the most was Descanso. And there's a little park right in Descanso, just below this like zip line tour, that you can play volleyball, throw the frisbee around, do whatever you want to do there. And then if you actually just head up a little bit more north, there's this rock shelf that we actually went snorkeling in pretty much every day. Not amazing snorkeling, but I saw an eel, you see a bunch of Garibaldi, like orange fish, and it was just fun to get out and snorkel, and that was a pretty good spot. You do kind of get the feeling that you're confined to the city limits. Like, there's not a ton to explore. There are some activities to do, and of course walking around and window shopping, or actually shopping if you like shopping. There's a little pier that you can spend a lot of time on. The beaches are pretty small. The one beach that I loved was in the interior. It was, I don't even remember what it was called, but I flew my drone, got some amazing shots. It looks like people take their boats over there. You're gonna see boats everywhere. Boats make me super jealous because I would like a boat one day, but these boat owners are just relaxing on their yacht. Sometimes they have 2 boats or 3 boats with like boats connected to boats. I don't understand boat culture, but I want to be a part of it. After dark in Catalina feels like it has an energy. There's a lot of people out walking around. You've got clubs thumping. You've got fun little like dive bars. You've got live music. You've got kind of everything. We went out and played pool, walked around, jumped in the water. It is a beach destination. It's super fun. And the late night scene just seemed vibrant and happy. So we actually went in late August, probably the height of the tourist season, and it kind of felt like it. Everywhere we looked, there were people. It's really hard to find our own space on the beach, at least the beaches that we went to. The one in the interior, we had space, but in Avalon, it's pretty much a strip right on the beach, and the beach is so narrow that there's just people everywhere. Recommend going up to Descanso and trying to like get away from people. I'd love to go there in like, I don't know, late April or late October, probably like right now, to see what it's like, not in the height of tourist season. Those are my 7 things to know before visiting Catalina Island as a beginner. We'll see you next time.